I know back to school shopping will have some of you all stressed about money, but here's the thing. On Sunday, August 24th, we're about to bless hundreds of families. My personal barber, Way Too Sharp Barbershop, and AO Enterprise, myself, are giving away free fresh haircuts for kids. I said it, free. Also, backpacks filled with school supplies. Free food provided by Flavor to Food Truck, bounce houses, live DJ, and so much more with the grand prize of laptops. Now, these are going to go fast. These are first come, first served. And so on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Way Too Shop Barbershop off of 7091 Berry Road in Accokeek, Maryland, I want you there. And I want to be real with you. Your kids deserve to walk into the classroom feeling like the kings and the queens they are. Don't let them start unprepared when we're literally handing out for free everything they need to get started. We want to help you. We want to be a blessing. So bring your kids, tell your friends and family, and let's show up as a community on August 24th. Let's have some fun. Let's get some fresh haircuts and start this school year off correct. I'll see you all August 24th at 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Check the show notes for the address again. God bless. Here's the story number 4. The inflation ignorance. Here it is. Here it is. Number 4. This is the one that 62% don't even know about. While you're keeping your money in a savings account earning 0.5%, inflation is stealing 8% of your purchasing power every single year. Let me break this down for you. If you have $10,000 in a savings account right now, after 1 year of 8% inflation, that money can only buy what $9,200 could buy last year. You just lost $800 of purchasing power and you didn't even know it. This is why 92% of people are worried about inflation, but don't know how to protect themselves. They're watching their wealth disappear in real time. So, this is why I encourage you to open up a high yield savings account. Because if you open up a high yield savings account, with SoFi, for an example, and if you open up the Plus account, they're going to give you a 4.5% interest rate plus a $300 bonus for just opening up an account. How do you get your $300 bonus? Let me tell you real quick. All right. What you're going to do is you're going to open up a checking and savings account. You're going to automatically deposit a little bit of your money inside the checking account that you want to save and go towards your high yield savings for your emergency fund. Because you did that, you opened up an account, you funded it, and you gave them some form of a direct deposit. Now you got a free $300 and 4.5% on your money. Don't be a part of the 92% who are worried about inflation because you're allowing your money to follow inflation, to beat inflation, technically. All right, fam, let me keep it real with you for a quick minute here. Most career change programs, they promise you the world, and then they leave you hanging. But this QA boot camp I'm about to tell you about, I'm gonna be real with you up front. It's going to take about 20 weeks of hard work, studying after your day job, pushing through when you want to quit. But this is the fastest, most legit path I found to go from whatever you're making now to $85,000 plus working from home in tech. 100% no coding required. You see, Careerist has over 1,300 graduates now working for companies like Google, Apple, Amazon, and even Disney. Their program is ranked #1 by Course Report. And here's what I love. They don't just train you and leave you. They coach you until you actually get a job. You see, one of my friends, Mike, went from working 90 hours a week, making $63,000 a year, to making $98,000 plus in commission working from home. Sarah, single mom, went from retail to $95,000 a year as a QA supervisor. These are not special people. They just made a decision to stick to it for 20 weeks, and it changed their life. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics projects that there will be a 25% growth in QA jobs by 2032, and companies are in desperate need of QA professionals because when their system goes down, they lose millions. So if you're tired of being underpaid and you want a recession-proof career that lets you work from anywhere, not just home, but even on the beach, do not wait. Every day you delay is another day someone else is getting the training you need. I want you to visit anthonyoneal.com/QA. Again, that is anthonyoneal.com/QA to sign up today. It's going to change your life. I promise you. Here's the story number 5. No emergency fund. No emergency fund strategy. 70% of people fear outliving their money. You know why? Because they never built a proper emergency fund. So every crisis becomes a financial disaster. An emergency fund isn't just for emergencies. It's for opportunities as well. When the market crashes and everyone's selling, you want to be the one buying. But you can't do that if you're living paycheck to paycheck like the majority of Americans. I suggest, within inside my escape plan, my money plan for you all, is to put away at least a minimum of 3 to 6 months of your average net pay for emergencies. And then you put anything extra on top of that to buy stocks, to buy investments, to help build your wealth. Because remember, our number one wealth building tool is margin. Margin is, this is how much money I make. This is how much money I have going out. What's in between? What's in between is the margin. That margin is what we can invest. That margin is what we can enjoy. Which leads me to destroyer number 6, which is lifestyle inflation. Because 9 times out of 10, what's destroying our margin is lifestyle inflation. Because every time you get a raise, what do? You upgrade your lifestyle. If this is your income and if this are your expenses, right? And let's say your income goes up, so does your expenses. You upgrade your lifestyle. You get a bigger car, you get a bigger house, more expensive clothes, and now all of a sudden you deserve Gucci, Louis, Prada. You get a new purse. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna upgrade from a Louis Vuitton purse to a Chanel purse. You see, every raise becomes a reason to spend more instead of invest more. And I see people making 6 figures who are broken to people actually making $50,000 a year. You know why? Because they never learned to live below their means and invest the difference. They have this YOLO philosophy. You only live once, so I'm going to enjoy it. And to me, I've been there. And if that's you today, that's a bunch of bull crap. Because how many times have you pulled into a McDonald's? How many times have you ordered an Uber and it's a 67-year-old individual who can barely even really, get around, but they're driving you? It's not because they want to. It's not because they're trying to pass time. It's because they need the money. And do you really want that to be you? Which leads me to the last destroyer, number 7. No legacy mindset. This one is the big one, fam. You're not just building wealth for you. You're building it for generations. But most people are thinking about what they can spend, not what they can build, and leave that behind. When I make financial decisions, I think about my kids' kids. When I make financial decisions, I think about my nephews and my niece. When I make financial decisions, I think about my team members. When I think about financial decisions, I think about my church and the community. How can I build this, enjoy the desires of my heart, but then also position my family and the people who I love to be blessed if something was to happen to me? I think about breaking generational curses and building generational wealth. I think about my kids. I saw this viral video is going viral right now and everyone's laughing at it. But I thought it was actually a dope concept. And he was bragging. Someone said, how did you get here? He said, oh man, I got here because my grandpa left me a house. I got here because my grandpa, gave me $1 million. I ain't got to work my butt off like that. I just got to sustain and just build on top of the $1 million. So I take his $1 million and I just flip it and I make $5 million. But I ain't have to go out here and work at McDonald's. I'm just blessed like that. And while people were laughing at it, I said, yo, why y'all laughing at it? It's actually brilliant. I don't want my kids to start in the red and have to hustle as bad as me. No, I want them to start in the black. Take my millions, skip over McDonald's, skip over driving for Uber, and take my millions and flip it and multiply it, because while they were growing up, I was giving them education. They worked with me. They worked for the company. But when they got done with learning it, they didn't have to go out there and work like a Hebrew slave. That changes everything about how I handle money. So real quick, I want to give you the solution. We identified the problem with the 7 things. Now I want to give you the solution, and I call this, I have an acronym for it, A.O.N. This will come up on the screen. I call this a wealth protection plan. Let's get into it real quick. A stands for assess your current position. You see, first you need to know where you are. Calculate your actual monthly expenses, not what you think they are, no, what they actually are. And we do this inside of my budgeting tool. We want you to open up your credit card statements, your bank statements, your debit card statements, anything that you have. And we want you to write down exactly, hey, I'm paying $52.32 for this. I'm paying $519.51 for this. You know, I got Netflix at $19.99. We want you to identify exactly what's your cost and then determine your real net worth and project how long your money will last. Most people are living in the financial fantasy land, right? They think they spend less than they do, to only realize that, no, you're actually spending more and it's killing you. So I want you to get real with your numbers today, because if we don't get real with our numbers today, we can't change and address where we are tomorrow. Which leads me into O, optimize your defense strategy. Now, you need to protect what you have. Look into look into anything, right? I want you to sit down and figure out, how can I protect what I have? How can I? I can protect it by investing. I can protect it by putting it into a health savings account. I can protect it by diversifying my investments. Stop putting all your money in one place, hoping for the best. No, spread it out. Spread it out, which leads me to the end, which is navigated with purpose. Create your family wealth mission statement. What are you building this wealth for? Don't just say, man, I want a big house. Don't just say I want a big car. No, what and why? Why are you working 2 jobs? Why are you eliminating your debt? Don't just say, because I want to be debt free, I'm tired of paying bills. No, what's the why? And build the system, not just savings. And while you're building the system, teach your children what you're building and why you're building it. And also, watch this, teach them what you're learning. Rachel Cruz says something that's very, very well known, and I love how she said, yo, listen, remember with children, more is caught than taught. Think about it. Kids can watch TV, don't even know what the TV is saying. They don't understand it, but they're catching the dance move. So without being taught how to dance, they're catching and watching the dance moves. They can start dancing. So if they see you doing something, they'll catch it. Here's the thing. Stop thinking about when you have to stop working and start thinking about financial independence. It's a big difference. One is when you have to stop because of medical reasons. The other is when you get to stop.